A floating level. Now this is the last out of 9 kinds of levels, and this is by far the least powerful one. And in fact, when you will see a floating level, I do not recommend trading it, and when I see a floating level, that means that this level is kind of still there, but there is no power. And make a note, and it's an important note, that any level, even a limit level and a mirroring level and a consolidation level, any level that we've spoke about in the previous 8 lessons can turn into a floating level. That means it might lose its power, and there will be no power in this level to keep the price squeezed in and to actually show a lot of resistance for the price to go through it. So when you see a floating level, and I'll show you an example right now, please keep your fingers away. It's a nasty situation, but it's quite easy to see it, and do nothing right until the moment when you see that this floating level is becoming again a limit level, or maybe it will become somehow a more visible mirroring level again, and so on and so forth. So until we see that this level is regaining its strength and power, we do nothing. And this is one of the hardest things, once again, for us to do as traders, is to do nothing, especially when you have so much information and you're ready to go and make money and all those things. And then you see a floating level and you realize that you have to do nothing for a few days. Well, so be it. Either switch up the market or just wait for a clear picture. And this is extremely important, and I think even more important than any technical details. Because the technical details can tell you to trade, but they can also tell you to not trade. And if you ignore the second one, then you will be sometimes making a lot of losses. And that can be quite tragic and quite devastating for your depot. So here is an example. And this level that I marked right here, it is quite a nice level from a larger time frame, but this is a 15-minute time frame for our example. And you'll be able to see that here, for example, we'll have CSL, so the candle that confirmed it, but afterwards, and we had a false break here, and then the troubles start beginning with this area. So we pass it slightly and it looks like another false break, but no, then it goes back up. So it's another false break, but from above, and then we touch it quite on point. So you can see there is still some power, it still is relevant, but then nope, we still go down, but then we punch through again, and then we go lower again, and then we touch it again, and then we keep hitting it from the bottom, then we pass it, and then we return back below it, and then we end up being on top of it yet again. This is a floating level, so the price is floating from one extreme to the other, meaning it's floating from above the level to below the level, back above the level, below the level. So it's just having fun and, teasing this level and breaking it and saying, ha ha ha, I can break you, you have no power. And this one here, it's constantly above, beyond, above, beyond, above, beyond. And this is what it makes it a floating level. So you might think that the floating level and the mirroring one are quite similar, but no. The difference is that, once again, and this is extremely important, make sure you understand this, that the mirroring level, we have many hits from beyond or from above, and then from the other side, so from above, and then from beyond again, but a lengthy time frame, a long time, 5, 6 hits, 7 hits, 10 hits, and then, okay, going lower and then hitting just as many times from the other side. But a floating one, we are just floating constantly, and every hour we are on one side and then on the another side. So this is a floating one, and the price is just like a snake swirling around and smearing this level into an absolute nothingness. But once again, remember that it does not mean that the level is gone. It's there, it's very weak, and we must make sure that we still keep it to see if it will turn back into a strong level, which happens quite often, and it's very, very likely. All right, this is it for the 9 types of levels. Now you know all of them, and now we'll start talking about the details, such as which are the strongest ones. And that's something that we'll talk about in the next lesson. All right, don't forget about the test. Enjoy your homework, and I'll see you in the next lesson.